Mitchell's meeting. And even though he isn't licensed to practice in Massachusetts, he is an environmental health specialist. So I do think that he does have a lot to offer all of you in education and with the health concerns you have with what contamination. So I do recommend that everyone attend a meeting that he does hold, so I think it's very informational. He's not there to diagnose, even though, you were concerned that he's not licensed to practice. I do think it would be important for everyone to attend that meeting for educational reasons. And his next meeting is going to be held on Thursday, March 27th. Oh, May 27th at 6 p.m. at the Boys and Girls Club.
We appreciate your invitation, Dr. Exafaris, but I don't think you understand the arrangements of how Dr. Mitchell is here.
He is brought in by the EPA.
I beg your pardon?
The EPA, isn't it? Yeah,
he was hired under a contract to clean. He had never discussed anything with us, and we are not having anything whatsoever to do with Dr. Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell is getting money. He's coming into New Bedford to talk to people. He comes in his car, and he stays for an hour and a half, and he leaves. What kind of diagnosis is that?
Well,
what kind of education
he's working
is
for
that?
the Environmental Protection Agency. I do recommend that people listen to what he has to say because I do think he will provide education and accurate information for you. It's
why was he at this meeting though? Why did you invite him to this meeting?
He was invited.
He declined.
He has been invited and he's declined, and no one is going to chase him. Period. No matter what his credentials
You're
are.
stating that you want documentation of everybody else's issues or problems.
I didn't state that. No, we don't
No, not at all.
No, because we're not doing a survey that night.
What I'm saying is, for the next meeting, he said, Mr. Johnson is saying that there will be a letter so that you're on the agenda, so that this group is on the agenda to be heard, as you're supposed to be. But it's not, our next meeting is a regular meeting. We are not having a public hearing, which is what's happening now.
You know that, I said that 3 times.
So, what I'm saying is, if there are issues that you want to be heard, you filter those to your representative.
No, you missed
Dr. Andrew, do you have
You
jurisdiction to
misunderstood what
have
I
a public
said.
hearing? Does this board have the jurisdiction to have a public hearing?
Of course we do.
Then why not set it up instead of coming back here
The
for a
public
board meeting,
hearings are
a public hearing?
The public hearings are set to address issues generally for policy making, for legislation and things like that.
So when we come
And
back
not
to
for
this
health.
meeting,
Why not
what's the
health?
meeting gonna
You're
be
the
about?
health department. These are health issues. That is what your job is. So how can you, and you being a doctor,
We're willing to hear what you have to say.
seems to
But
me
not
like
to
you
get every parent or every person that has a health issue or has a health issue with their kids. That's what we're trying to figure out. Us as parents, as mothers or fathers, need to figure out, is this contamination messing with our children? Is it messing with our health? So this is why we need to be heard.
We have to start.
It's not somebody else like Deidre come to talk for us because she doesn't know anybody living with it. My kids are horrified with the ADHD.
Okay, we have
But
to
this
start.
is what I'm saying.
We have to start somewhere, but we have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere.
Understandable, but the thing is, maybe we need to have a meeting so everybody can be heard.
Perhaps, but not, that shouldn't be the first thing that we do.
What I could make a suggestion to the board. There are a number of people here that obviously have concerns. If they have a representative designated from each of their, the housing developments that they're from, and you submit a written statement that you give to that person, and a packet is submitted to the board, and that person represents and summarizes, you're going to have your information shared. But it has to be done in a way that's reasonable and that allows your information to be
Yes.
So that's understandable, but Sandy doesn't know what's wrong with my kids. I mean, I live right next to her. I don't know what's wrong with her kids. So how can one person speak for every parent or anybody that has any health issues? That's the problem. Not one person can speak for everybody in this room. It's everybody needs to speak for themselves.
Eventually,
And that's what
maybe
needs to happen.
But at this point,
there
we
should
have
be
to-
initially a public hearing. Initially, that way you can hear all the concerns.
But that's
And then you will account.
If we submit the papers, if we do all that stuff, then what's next for health? What are you going to do to try to help us?
It
I
depends
mean,
what
we need help.
Yeah.
This is
sorry.
We have to start somewhere.
But you misunderstood what I was trying to tell you. I wasn't saying for each and every one to put down on paper or anything like that. You had asked, does he have proof of any illnesses or whatever?
Not any illnesses, but
Any documentation.
What makes you feel that your specific community has a higher incidence than anywhere else in the city?
I think the whole entire city, but can you give me in black and white that it's not contaminated?
I think we need to control this meeting and this part of the session. We will have a hearing at the next meeting.
No, but you're not understanding. We put your question on. We live right next to the top. She's not answering the question.
I've been living at Shorman Village for 7 years, and I've never experienced seizures. Now I get seizures. I live at 49 Cherokee Court, Shorman Village. This morning when I woke up at 7 in the morning and I opened my door, there was a humongous odor, immense, that made me vomit because it smelled like sewage. It was coming out of the cracks of supposedly where they put new sidewalks. When I called housing to come in, they never came. They came later on in the evening to do inspections. When I asked, why do I have excessive mold and mildew? I suffer from seizures, ma'am, every time. 3-4 times a week, I'm taken in an ambulance to St. Luke's Hospital. When I wake up, I don't even know how I got there, what happened to me. Doctors, they keep giving me medications for seizures. The medications don't work. So it's a concern because I've never suffered from seizures. This is something serious. I wake up every morning congested, coughing, throwing up, spitting up, headaches, and I pass out.
I'm sorry that you're experiencing some adverse health. We're not, we are compassionate. It's not that we don't care. We are limited in what we can do, but we are going to hear you, and we will work with you to see what we can provide for you. Okay? So please submit that letter, and we will see whoever shows up at the next meeting. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.